With the Colts playing on a Saturday, things are going to be a little different this week, right? The Wednesday injury report is now the Tuesday injury report since we're playing a day earlier. So, with everything happening today, Colts are doing a walkthrough right now. At the time I'm recording this, I haven't found anything about the Steelers practice today or whether or not different guys are going to be practicing, but I do have information on different guys that are hurt and different guys that we're going to be looking at. So, obviously, Kenny Pickett is already ruled out. He's not going to be playing. It's going to be Mitchell Trubisky starting for the Steelers. Then we look at Najee Harris. Najee Harris shows up on the injury report with a knee injury. He didn't practice last week, but he was able to play. And the expectation is for him to be back at practice and to be able to play in the game this week. Now, also, I mean, Najee Harris, whether he's there or not, I don't think it really matters. I think it's Jaylen Warren that we need to be worried about. Jaylen Warren is an absolute electric factory coming out of that backfield. He's been really good for them. He's been a lot better than Najee Harris, to be completely honest. And you've been hearing Steelers fans talk about him for a little while now before this season. So, it's interesting what's going on there. But again, Najee Harris, just to come back to the injuries, Najee Harris looks like he'll be good to go. Inside linebacker, Landon Roberts, looks like he's probably going to be good to go. He's a guy who could end up being limited in snaps once again, but again, probably going to be good to go for the game on Saturday. Then to finish up for the offense for the Steelers, Isaac Suomalo, one of the better guards in the NFL. He's dealing with a shoulder injury, but he was able to play. So he's another guy that could miss some practice time this week, but they completely expect him to be on the field playing. And that's going to be huge for the Steelers, right? He's really good. So up front, we're going to need our guys to show up for this game, right? Can't be what just happened last week. You got to show up for this game, especially because it looks like, for the most part, on the offense, they're going to have most of their guys. Obviously, Trubisky being the quarterback is a bit of an issue for them right now. But Jake Browning just went off on us. I'm not going to sit here and say that Mitch Trubisky can't do it. He's gone off on teams before, right? Those random good games, just like Zach Wilson. Every now and then, just randomly has a really good game for no reason. So just going to hope that that's not this week, but we'll see, right? Then when you look at the Steelers defense here, two huge injuries, right? These injuries are what's could be like the key factor in the game this week. You have Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt, both in the concussion protocol on a short week. That's the thing that gives me hope, honestly. Hopefully they're okay. Obviously, we want anybody that gets an injury to be okay, right? But when you're talking about guys that we need to not be in the game for us to have a better chance to play, these are it right here. Highsmith and Watt, if they're not there, we're like, it's the Steelers. They still have guys, right? Cam Hayward on the defensive line. They have other guys on that defensive line, but Highsmith and Watt are two of the best at what they do in the league. Watt might be the best defensive end in the league. So if these guys are unable to clear concussion protocol, they obviously won't be in the game, and it'll be interesting to see what happens, right? It looked like when I was watching the Steelers game, I thought TJ Watt had a chance to get back into that game, but ultimately they end up ruling him out with the concussion. They're also coming off extra time to rest, which is something I remembered, as I'm sitting here talking about it. They're coming off a little extra rest. So there's a chance both these guys are going to be able to play. But for the sake of our tackles, who just had a rough day against the Bengals, and I hope these guys are unable to get through the concussion protocol. But TJ Watt's a freak of nature. He's probably going to get through it. Highsmith, another good player. Like, if I know the Colts' luck, both these guys are going to be good to go, and it's going to cause a problem in the game. But as of right now, we have TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith on concussion protocol. And then the last couple of injuries here, you heard me mention Cam Hayward. He's missed practice time, but he's going to play, right? He had to have surgery earlier this season, had to miss some time. They're just being cautious with their guy. They're not worried about him practicing, right? It's Cam Hayward. Like, he'll be just fine. Just make sure he gets to Sunday. That's really the objective there. So Cam Hayward's going to be good to go. It's basically the same thing with Keanu Benton. The expectation is that even if he misses some practice time, he's going to be able to play in the game. So Steelers do have a chance to get a lot of their guys back. Again, the extra days of rest for them could be huge coming into this matchup. Okay, then you look over at what the Colts are doing, their practice report. And of course, again, this is an estimation based on what would have probably happened had they done a real practice. Today was just a walkthrough, just like most Wednesdays will be. So what we have chalked up for today is Braden Smith and Jonathan Taylor both not practicing. And with Jonathan Taylor, he's a guy, he's already missed 2 weeks, right? His injury was supposed to be, anywhere between 2 and 5 with the surgery that he had. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. Is he going to practice on Wednesday and Thursday? We're going to be looking for that. I'm very curious as to whether they're going to try to have him play, especially with the way the run games look. Do they bring him back? Do they let him get another week to heal up? As soon as we get some answers to that, I'll let you know as soon as I possibly can. Braden Smith, a guy that, we talked about yesterday, he could be somebody who misses a lot of time. He's already missed some good time this year, but the fact that we bring in Jared Valdir onto the practice squad, like out of retirement, onto the practice squad, it makes me very curious as to whether or not we're going to end up putting Braden Smith on the IR at some point, or is he just going to continue to miss time, right? Shane Steichen doesn't just go throwing guys on the IR. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But Braden Smith, honestly, I wouldn't expect to see this week. A name that popped up here on the injury report that I don't like seeing here is Jalen Jones as a limited participant with the ankle injury. See what happens there. Didn't really hear anything in the game, so I assume he's going to be good to go. Maybe just came out of the game, with a little bit of a bum ankle. He'll probably take it easy this week, but I expect him to be good to go. And then another guy, another corner, another rookie corner, our guy, Juju Brents, a full participant in practice. He was able to get a couple days worth of practice last week, and as expected, didn't play in the game. But as we've talked about all along, now that he's coming back, had a couple days of practice, went through the game, now he's going to practice all week long. And then when we go into the game on Sunday, Juju's going to be good to go. That's the expectation. Okay, I don't have any inside information. That's just my knowledge of the game, my knowledge of injuries. Like, this is just me letting you know Juju Brent's probably going to be good to go this upcoming Sunday. And another piece to the defense that should be good to go for Sunday, at least I'm assuming, is going to be EJ Speed, who is also a full participant with that knee injury. Missed the game on Sunday. Was a big deal not having him there. So hopefully we are able to get him back, just like we're getting Juju back. Need both those guys on the field for us. DeForest Buckner with a back injury, full participant. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a limited participant the next couple days, right? When they get into real practices, right? This full participant is just an estimation. When they go into real practice, I could see them letting him be limited, or even taking a G day on Wednesday, right? Don't practice on Wednesday, limited on Thursday, and then play the game on Saturday. That could be the way I see things going here, especially with a back injury for a guy as big as DeForest Buckner. Just let him do what he needs to do. Make sure he gets to Saturday. Will Mallory also shows up here on the injury report with a rib injury, but a full participant. He was able to finish the game. He'll probably be good to go. This is one of those things, like, he reported his ribs hurting. They got to throw it on the injury report. So, this is what we're looking like. We look decent going in. Again, going to be looking at Braden Smith, who I expect to miss this game. Jonathan Taylor, who wouldn't be surprised if he missed this game. The fact that he's not participating in the walkthrough tells me he's probably not going to play this week, but we'll continue to update that as the week goes. And then it looks like everybody else could be good to go this week. That's what I'm expecting, at least. And then due to my day job, won't be able to get tomorrow's practice report to you until the morning after, and the same thing for the next day. Just the way this goes, especially this time of year down here in Florida. So going to be busy next couple of days. I'll keep you guys posted on different things as soon as I can possibly get them to you. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get notified when those videos do come out. And until next time, as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.